Oh hey guys, Max here. My erotic fiction has been so popular that a lot of you have asked me to post another one. Here it is. I've actually released my first erotic fiction book. It's available in all good bookshops. You'll find it in the Harry Potter section because that's where I've hidden it. Okay, today's story is called The Forbidden Love. Jill, woman, was in her flat, dark, cold, all alone, opening her birthday cards. "Happy 70th birthday, Jill," wrote Mrs. Gupta, who Jill considered to be comfortably her brownest friend. "Have a great day," scrawled Gupta, "and try not to think about your dead husband." The doorbell rang. It was such a rare sound these days that it scared the life out of Jill, and she lashed out, punching her cat square in the face, killing it instantly. Meow! Jill answered the door, revealing a plumber. "How do? I'm Darren. I've come to fix your boiler, mate," said the man, holding a wrench near his crotch in a phallic manner. It's a motif for the piece. It's about his penis, obviously. It's his big fat cock. Darren put his Ferrari keys down on the side table. "I'm glad you're here, Darren," said Jill. "Nobody's looked at my pipes for years." They both blushed at the innuendo. You would do. "Fancy a cup of tea?" asked Jill. "Aye," said Darren as Jill moved into the kitchen. Darren took off his jacket, revealing a vest that could barely contain his fat muscles. "Ah!" moaned Darren. "What's happened?" cried Jill. "I'm sorry, Jill. I've just remembered that I was brought up in care. Ah well, at least I've got all my charity work." Wow, thought Jill. Sexy, rich, generous and vulnerable. This guy's the archetypal dream man as often found in female literature. Darren sat down on the sofa as Jill finished in the kitchen. She washed her fanny in the sink, just in case. "Here we are, a lovely cup of tea," boasted Jill as she returned to the living room. "Screw the tea," roared Darren. "I'm after something a bit stronger." Jill was transfixed. She felt her nipples harden, her labia swelled, her nose started to bleed. Darren launched himself at her, undressing her hungrily, tearing off every layer as fast as he could. 20 minutes later, Jill was in her underwear. Darren carefully dropped her on the floor. Darren pulled her knickers off, revealing her tortured gammon, which was by now dripping like a burst dog. He investigated it with his tongue, like a detective looking for clues. Soon Darren had finished his inquiries. Case closed. Jill was guilty of having an orgasm. Darren rose up on his knees like an amputee horse and popped his dick out, which was now proudly erect, like it had been knighted for services to vag. Jill began to tug on it like a broken loo chain, and she dithered on his balls. Darren couldn't take it any longer. He threw Jill on the sofa and put himself inside her, and rampaged through her paradise slice like a pigeon in an admittedly very roomy bakery. "Can I pop it up the wrong end?" roared Darren in his barely comprehensible northern drawl. "No chance," said Jill. She had a strict policy with anal. You've got to ring ahead. She had curry and Guinness last night, so she had an anus as malevolent as Hitler's imagination, and just as racist. Darren climaxed, "Ooh, by gum!" firing his sex gravy up her like a camel pissing into a wheelie bin. And they collapsed, exhausted, into each other's arms. And for a brief moment, Jill was actually pleased that her husband had died. Really makes you think, doesn't it?